Story of the Cosatu Congress. Outgoing president there, Sdumo Dlamini, saying the Labour Federation is still a force to be reckoned with despite the challenges it's facing.
Well, Cosatu is preparing to elect new leaders, and Dlamini has made it clear he won't be in the running.
He was addressing the Federation's National Congress in Midrand yesterday. The gathering is plagued by instability, divisions and declining membership figures.
All right, well, eNCA Samkele Maseko has been covering that Congress for us. Samkele, a very good morning to you. We're into day 2 of this Congress. What are we expecting today?
Well, we're definitely into day 2 of this conference. We expect the official nominations for the NOBs of Cosatu to be tabled today. That will be a process that will unfold later on when plenary resumes today. They still have to iron out a few nitty-gritties. It's not yet clear whether conference credentials had been adopted when we had left yesterday. I'm just being told now by the First Deputy President, Jojo James, whom we spoke to, that indeed credentials were adopted last night when we had just left. So it's going to be interesting what will happen once plenary resumes, when the official elections agency comes on to plenary to present and a process on how these official nominations will unfold. You do understand that Sdumo Dlamini may no longer be contesting or coming back as the president of Cosatu. He made it pretty clear yesterday when he opened the conference that he had spoken to his union, how they had a lengthy meeting about his future within Cosatu, even if it meant sacrificing himself so that Cosatu can remain united. But we'll now throw to the First Deputy President of Cosatu, Jojo James, who will further elaborate on these issues. First Deputy President, what's going to unfold once plenary resumes? How is the nomination process going to unfold?
The first thing, the elections agency will give a report to Congress as to how the nomination received by the agency will be outlined by the Congress. Then it will be up to the Congress if it decides to extend the time or add other people they want to add if they wish.
So you're saying that we may see nominations from the floor of certain shop stewards who may be wanting to form part of Cosatu's NOBs?
I'm not saying we may. It will be up to the Congress to decide that. But what I know, the Congress has a right to reopen nominations.
It looks as if Sdumo Dlamini is outgoing and no longer coming back or contesting to be the president of Cosatu. Are we seeing a total overhaul of the presidency at Cosatu, including yourself? I've not seen your nomination from your own union, the National Union of Mine Workers. I've seen that they've nominated somebody else, the Highveld regional chairperson. Is there going to be an overall change in the presidency of Cosatu from the president, first and second deputy president?
I'm not sure of that. It is the nomination process that will outline as to what will happen.
But are you, as the first deputy president of Cosatu, available to come back in that particular position?
If I'm requested to avail myself again, I will do so. I am.
Then let's talk about the address by the ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa yesterday. And I'll be specific. When he addressed the issue of plots, how did you feel, particularly looking at the alleged person who's behind this plot was sitting directly in front of you as the Cosatu NOBs and in front of him as he was speaking? What did you take out of that address?
That address was brutally honest. And we support everything the president of the ANC said. Remember, when we heard about this plot, we issued a statement as Cosatu that says, if they remove you, President, you must dissolve Parliament. We said so that the plotters must go from scratch assembling Parliament. And in terms of the Constitution, if the President dissolves Parliament, within 90 days, fresh elections must be held. We support everything he said. He was spot on. The plotters were here, and he was talking to us and to them directly.
Who are those plotters, if you may
give us them? You know them. You know them. They were exposed by the Sunday Times newspaper, plotting in Durban.
Your delegates here were shouting ace, ace, ace in reference to the ANC SG Ace Magashule when the president of the ANC was speaking about those plotters. Do you agree with your members here on the plenary who were shouting Ace Magashule?
They were saying so because he was part of the picture that was on the Sunday Times newspaper. He was part of the people who were there in that Maharani Hotel meeting. That is why they were calling his name.
Have you received any report from the ANC's NWC meeting which sat here yesterday evening, coinciding with your conference? Have you received any report from that?
No, we have not. We have not. I hope we will get the report, but I don't think we will get it in the plenary here. Maybe the Secretary General will talk to the General Secretary, or the President of the ANC talking to the President of Cosatu, just to let us know.
Thank you very much, Jojo James. Well, Bradan, that was the first Deputy President of Cosatu, Jojo James, saying he is available should he be requested to come back as the first Deputy President of Cosatu, and also saying that the ANC President Cyril Ramaphosa was brutally honest when it came to the issue of plotters who are allegedly plotting to remove him as the President of the ANC and of the country, saying that should these plotters remove him, as they were exposed in this Cosatu conference that started taking place yesterday here at the Galaga Convention Center, saying that even those plotters, some of them were here. Contrary to that, you had Cosatu delegates from affiliates shouting Ace, Ace, Ace in reference to the ANC SG Magashule. Only time will tell whether indeed gloves are off at Luthuli House between the 6th floor of the ANC SG and the 10th floor of the ANC President.
All right, well, those leadership troubles there. Thanks very much, Samkele Maseko.